everyone. I'm Ahana.
And I'm Celine.
And welcome back to another episode today at the
We Are Podcast. So this is a Wednesday episode, which means, well, it's not actually a Wednesday episode because we're posting it on Friday, but it's basically an important topics episode, like a social issue or just issue in society that needs to be addressed more. And this week we're going to be talking about physical health.
And this is just like a rough overview of every like physical health aspect and like why it's so important. So we'll go into like more specific topics later on, but for now we're just doing an overview.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, let's start with why is physical...
Curl is in.
She combed my hair. She's like this master curler.
And it's a little curly right now because we don't want to... We're trying to save it for when...
It starts out like super curly, but then it looks really good because it like tames down.
I'm such a good hairstylist.
Totally. Okay, tell us about why mental health is... Or not mental health. Sorry, I'm out of it today. Why is physical health even important? Like, why do we even need to learn about this?
So I think a lot of people over the course of their elementary school and middle school and high school lives hear a lot about why you need to exercise and that it helps you in school and how it helps you concentrate. But it's actually scientifically proven to help you be more, be less stressed out.
Be more stressed out.
Be more less stressed out. But be less stressed out and be happy. And the reason this is because it boosts endorphins, dopamine, adrenaline, and endocannabinoid, which are all chemicals that in your brain that when released, they cause you to feel certain things.
They cause you to feel good, basically.
Yeah, like I heard you all have heard adrenaline rush. Adrenaline is like an extreme state of excitement.
And like dopamine, say if you get a text message, I'm pretty sure it's like scientifically studied that like you get dopamine in your brain like when you get a text message.
It's like a small shot of happiness, like a shot of espresso.
It's a positive thing.
Yeah, and
it sounds like a drug, but
yeah, and so like these chemicals that are released are associated with feeling happy, relaxed, motivated, and feeling less anxious and stressed.
That's good.
And a boost of these chemicals can also help relieve pain.
That's
so
really good.
If you are like depressed, and I'm not saying exercising is a cure to depression, but it can help.
Yeah, and I think also depression is, oh my god, not depression. Physical activity can also motivate you just to stay fit and create goals for yourself, and I think it also makes you feel so much better, especially if it's outdoors and you're getting fresh air, or even if it's just indoors and you're just moving around. I think it's such a contrast from just sitting down all day and working. It just gives you motivation, and it like, you know, it's something to look forward to even. Like, getting up out of your chair and exercising.
And I really think that something important to note is that it has become, like, a ritual for some people that has just helped them, like, become so much more concentrated and focused on their lives. Like, for a lot of people, like, after a long day of work, they just want to go into the gym and exercise just to, like, get that sense of routine.
But I also hear the opposite. Like, I think a lot of people, that's the last thing they want to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that you recognize this actually can become something that you enjoy. Even if you don't enjoy it at first, it can 100% become something that you actually look forward to. And, like, I think there are ways to make it more fun, like listening to music, or like trying out new machines, or like trying out new workouts from new people on YouTube. Like, whatever makes you feel like you're having fun with it.
Yeah, you know? And this is especially important because teenagers are facing so much stress and just mental drainage that exercising and like being physically fit can help you just get time to calm down and prioritize like yourself, because something that's such a good part of exercising is that it gives you a sense of self-care, which is so important.
And I think it's also a way of caring for yourself and loving yourself, because you're taking care of yourself and you're doing what's best for yourself. And also I think there's also the aspect of physical activity not only making you happier but making you healthier physically too, because I think it is important to physically, you know, take part in healthy activities, because it can, if you don't, it can lead to being overweight or heart issues or like respiration issues. It really can. So,
and a lot of people who like are actually mentally depressed do like are obese or suffering like overweightness, because they just like they are in that state of mind where they like don't prioritize themselves at all, and so that leads them to like being in this hole. And consistently exercise you can help with that aspect. Even if you are depressed, you're not letting that part take over you. And again, it's not a cure, but it can really help a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think it's something that a lot of people like think of as like this like grudgingly terrible thing that you have to do, like, oh, I have to do this, oh, I don't want to do this. But I think looking at it from a different perspective, like, I'm doing this for me, like, this is my time, then I think that can help you kind of motivate yourself to actually get out there and take part in those physical activities.
And honestly, it could just be like pose as a distraction sometimes.
And also I want to add, it could be anything. It could be sports 100% a physical activity. But if sports isn't your thing, I get that. Sports aren't my thing. So like maybe you go to the gym, or maybe you
we'll talk about like different ways that later.
But
let's talk about more statistics. So you need to exercise to live a healthy life. Like, even if you eat like good a lot, and even if you are like mentally fit, you need to have the best quality of life. You do need to exercise.
And I think it's the same way with nutrition. Like, on top of exercising, you need to eat well too. Yeah. It's like everything goes hand in hand. So physical activity is one of those things in like that circle of like healthiness, I think.
Yeah, like, and in like children especially, I feel like, contrary to popular belief, exercising is just as needed to prevent illnesses in children and like other people than in adults, because almost 1 in 5 kids in the US are obese.
Wow.
Or overweight.
That's a lot of kids.
It's insane. And by the way, all of our citations and resources will be listed under the health section on our website.
Yeah,
and we'll also link them. Link them.
So check out our website.
Yes. But also, this is extremely saddening and dangerous, because these kids could face like so much like high cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, a lower quality of life, but as well as bullying, because kids at that age are ruthless.
I think it makes you more susceptible in a way, just because people like to pick on perceived flaws or like things that, you know, that they know you might be insecure about.
And again, like, gaining and losing weight is different for all sorts of different people.
And even if your goal isn't gaining or losing weight, that's okay. I think it's okay to just have a goal to just be healthy and to exercise or like maybe to be happier. If your goal is to be more positive and feel better and take more time for yourself, then yeah, that could totally help.
Yeah, and I think something that's important to mention as well is that when we talk about like you know, like obesity and diabetes and stuff, there are people out there that have like certain diseases and conditions to the point where being obese is like impossible almost to get out of. And this could be because of low metabolism. PCOS, I heard, is like a big cause of obesity. So we're not saying that like those people are like terrible people or whatever. It's just healthy looks different for everyone. So with someone who has a low metabolism and has trouble losing weight, healthy could just be like making sure that your cardiovascular system is good and you can run like a mile in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be you look a certain way or weigh a certain weight. It could just be how you feel and how you are able to execute tasks.
And it doesn't have to be to get a certain time for your mile or anything like that. Like, it can just be like, it can be whatever you want it to be. Whatever motivates you and makes you really want to take part in that. You know?
As long as you're healthy, I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, do you think we should get into the second half?
Yeah, so that's
we're going to talk more about, like, stuff we do to stay healthy and, like, in specifics, too. All right, so thank you for listening. Bye!
Welcome back from the break.
Hi, welcome back from the break. So, now we're going to talk about, like, what we do to maintain, you know, good physical health. And I have to admit, like, there are plenty of times where I haven't exercised when I should have.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
So many times, believe me. So what's your favorite activity, like, physical activity to do?
So first let's talk about what we do, and then we'll talk about, like, how to properly exercise for kids.
Okay, so what type of physical activities do you do?
Well, for the most part, I play tennis, and in the summer, I did it around 5 times a week, and for like 2 hours a day, which was good exercise.
Yeah.
And it's fun for me too. But now I do tennis 3 or 4 times a week because of school. And I also like go on a walk with my dogs like once a day if I can. Sometimes I'll just go wandering around. Just
don't get lost,
fun.
folks.
Going on hikes.
Don't get lost.
Yeah, so that's my main source of activity. What about you?
Okay, so I do also, we have a path by our house, and I like to go on walks on that, or runs. I don't run a ton now, because, my mom, I used to run with her, but her hips in not good condition now. But I do run when I can, or go on walks. I try to walk like every night. We also have an elliptical, which I need to go on more. And then there are also HIIT workouts, which are like high intensity interval training, and I actually really like them. Some of them have weights and some of them don't.
I remember one summer we had such a exercise kick.
Yeah, so me, her, and someone else, we would like go on FaceTime, and we would like try, it was like Chloe Ting, right?
Chloe Ting.
But we would try like a ton of different things, and we would like work out for like 2 hours on FaceTime, and we would like make our day workouts.
And then on top of that, I played tennis, and I was like,
it was tiring.
That was exhausting.
Yeah, so one channel I love for HIIT workouts is like Heather Robertson. I really like her workouts.
There was this Pamela lady.
Oh, Pamela Reif.
Yeah, Pamela.
And then there's also Chloe Ting. I think
Chloe Ting was our least favorite.
Yeah, I didn't love her personally, because some of hers were like repetitive and kind of easy.
Yeah.
But I mean, for everyone, it's different.
Yeah, definitely.
And also her workouts vary. So
and
like,
also you can start out slow. Start out with like good old Chloe Ting, and then up your when you're starting to get more comfortable, then you can up it to like Pamela Reif.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would recommend like Heather Robertson's channel, or like, you know, as Ahana said, Pamela Reif or Chloe.
And don't like overexert yourself to begin with.
Yeah, I would say a good benchmark is like 30 minutes of, if you're doing that type of workout. Even that is fine. And I would say try, you know, it's totally fine if you're busy and you can't do every day of the week. That makes sense. I would say maybe like 3 to 5 times a week is okay.
I feel like a big philosophy with exercise is that you either have to do it like every day for like 2 hours, or you can do it like 3 times a week for like 10 hours, which is not good.
True. But also, I think something we don't, like, a lot of people don't get is also, like, it doesn't have to be high intensity. It can just be going on a walk, and that counts, you know?
For sure. Especially if you're older and you have like issues with that, or you're younger.
And some days I don't work out and I just go on walks and it's fine, you know? So,
yeah. And let's talk about how one should properly exercise. So the best way, I wrote about this on the website, so go check it out. But anyway, the best way for someone, especially younger people, to exercise is to have a balance of all your parts of your body. And I know that's hard for kids, especially because when most kids get their exercise through sports, I think it's fair to say. And a lot of sports have specific focuses, like soccer focuses on your legs, baseball focuses on your arms and cardio.
And obviously track focuses on like running and cardio. But I think it's important to have like a balance of strength and cardio. I think are the main two.
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
And there's also like endurance and.
Yeah, so the different categories that you should focus on, and by the way, even if you do a sport that just uses your legs, having all of those elements of your body strong will help you in that sport no matter what.
Yeah.
And so these are the elements that you should focus on. Aerobic activity, which is like running, you know, that stuff. And if you want low intensity, swimming is a great option.
Or just walking.
Or Pilates.
You know. Oh, yoga too. Yoga. Counts. Yoga is amazing.
It's really good for you.
And also, like, I realized that, like, I was doing yoga for a little bit. I did yoga every night, and I don't anymore because I, like, quit yoga. No, I didn't quit because I was just doing videos on YouTube. But, like, I was doing this stuff, and it actually helped me to, like, do push-ups, too, because it strengthens your muscles a lot and makes you more flexible. So that's a great one.
Great one. And then there is core exercise, getting sure that you're active, which is really good for balance, which is great, just in case you're placed in, like, a tightrope over a cliff. So that
could be anything, like sit-ups. If I like doing sit-ups personally, so if that's your thing, just go do sit-ups. Or, like, there are a lot, like, Chloe Ting actually has core exercises for, like, beginners. So,
the Cirque du Soleil ab workout.
That's so hard. I, like, died when I did it. It's like 2 minutes. Isn't it, like, 4 minutes?
It's, like,
right?
5 minutes. And
but it's impossible. So freaking hard. I, like, died after I did that.
It's so hard. But anyway, the next one is arm exercise, leg exercise, balance exercises, which are kind of like core, flexibility, which is so important. People neglect it.
Right.
And then I said forms of breathing exercises and yoga exercises.
Right. So I think this sounds overwhelming, but you could do, if you want a routine, like a really strict routine, you could do like Monday is legs, Tuesday is arms, or you could just do whatever you want and try to have that balance. Like 1 week is this, 1 week you're focusing on that. Or, you know, whatever you want, whatever works best for you. I think just having a routine might help too, so you can, you know, follow that and, like, you know.
Yeah. And, of course, if you play competitive sports, like, I know I find myself focusing a lot on my legs, like dexterity and stuff, but you might need to spend more time on that part, but you also doesn't mean that you can, like, neglect the other ones. You can keep them in mind at the same time.
Right, exactly. So it's just about finding a balance, and if you do enjoy one of those more than the other, it's okay to do, like, more cardio than, like, strength, as long as you're still mixing it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, and then the last little one of, like, exercising that I would like to mention is that make sure you are exercising properly.
Yeah, okay, let me get into this. So, for so long, I like, went to a class at, like, the gym, and there were, like, squats with weights, and I did not know how to squat. Like, I swear. We also went to a kickboxing class, and I'm so
She
bad.
hit someone in the head.
Yeah, I hit someone in the head.
With a rock.
That was bad. That was dumb.
That was so funny.
It was kind of funny, too.
And did she, like, leave?
Yeah, she literally left, and I felt really bad, but I was like, oops, sorry. But I was at another class, and this lady comes up to me, and she's like, oh, your form is wrong. You're supposed to be doing it this way. And I still didn't understand. I'm like, what? Form? What? But it took me
it's not exactly the
I'm not coordinated.
Yeah.
And I'm not detail-oriented either.
Yeah.
Which is why
I'm like the opposite.
Yeah, we're like opposites.
I'm extremely detail-oriented.
I'm very much big picture person.
It's to the point where, like, it's like, I need to know every detail. Otherwise, I freak out.
I'm not detail-oriented at all. Like, if I read a story, I don't pick up on little details, but I pick up on, like, themes and stuff.
No, I asked her, like, this detail because it was bugging me, and she's like, I don't even know.
Yeah, was it about the book?
The 6 of
Oh, yeah. See, I just focus on bigger picture. But anyways, so and then I realized, like, I was doing squats wrong, and it makes it worse if you're doing stuff wrong, and you're gonna injure yourself. So I think, make sure you know how to do it correctly, whether that means looking up a video on YouTube, like, how to do a squat, because I literally
even, like, going to the gym and getting a person to, like,
I was, like, doing planks wrong. I was doing jumping jacks wrong.
Yeah,
I legitimately was doing jumping jacks.
We figured that out during our exercise kick.
It was really sad, but
yeah, I just, like, getting someone who's experienced in it to, like, help you through that would be, like, a great method.
Exactly. So,
because, okay, let me just tell you, even if you aren't immediately hurt, or even if you aren't, like, immediately, like, suffering, or, like, you know, like, your muscle, over time, that could really, like, affect your tendons and muscles.
Yeah, and also, it just doesn't give you the full benefits that it should be giving you.
You're so bad at pointing.
I know, I'm literally, like... And then when I'm speaking, I'm, like, pointing it at you, and then when you're speaking, I'm like, hey,
That's so great. Anyways, we love our clumsy stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways.
I'm very clumsy. Anyways, so
that's our overview, I guess.
Do you have any, like, closing remarks?
So I just want to mention that this is more about, like, exercising and fitness part of physical health, but we're not talking about, like, puberty so far. We're going to, but we're not talking about, like, nutrition, puberty, mental and physical health ties.
I think nutrition ties into both mental and physical health, kind of.
Yeah, and I would just say, like, listen to your body, because your body knows what it needs.
Don't push yourself too hard ever, because it could be worse that way. So if you know you really can't keep going and you need a break, 100% take a break.
And if someone tells you that, like, you're unhealthy, they don't know that. Only you know how you feel.
Only you would know what healthy is for you. So I think take that in mind. So I would say for ending remarks, like, you know, try your best. Don't compare your exercise regimens to other people's or like Olympic athletes, because that's not going to get you anywhere. And it's okay to start out small and start out easy and progress from there. So whatever works best for you, I think that's just, yeah.
All right, to end it off, all of our social media will be linked in the bio. Follow us. Our website will be linked. All of our sources about this topic are on the website, and we'll also link them in the bio. And we have a lot of sections that we wrote about health, like essays, honestly, and they're all on our website, so check that out. And email us or DM us if you have any ideas for future episodes.
Yeah, and we'll try to do another episode soon about mental health, too.
I think we already did.
Yeah, we actually did do one on mental health.
But we'll try to do another one, like, on specifics of physical health.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you for listening. Bye!